Good morning and welcome to our superhero Your Stress gentle stress management practice for today. We are continuing to explore the use of mudra for meditation and yoga. And today we are working with the Anahata Chakra Mudra. So Anahata is the heart. So the mudra that we're working with today is specific to the heart chakra, the energy center of the heart, which contains the qualities of love, support, compassion, empathy, and gratitude. So this is sort of a review from when we did our chakra exploration. But the mudra that we're going to work with it's a little difficult to do, so I'm going to show you the actual mudra, and then I will also demonstrate an easier variation of it for you if your hands don't quite bend this way. So before we do that, let's just take a moment to warm up the hands. So we're going to inhale the hands wide apart, and then on your exhale just give them a little clap. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale and exhale. 1 more time. Inhale and exhale. And then you can just begin to rub those hands together. So as you're rubbing the hands together, remember we're using this to awaken the energy channels in the body, those 72,000 nadis, and just really invoking the power that we have in these hands. So take some time to rub between the fingers and on tops of the hands. And then bring the hands just a few inches apart. Maybe even close the eyes here and start to feel if there's anything happening between those hands. And I like to kind of pulse my palms toward one another and then back apart without touching. So I feel like I can usually feel the energy flow when I do that. Maybe you feel some tingling or some heat. And then just take a moment to wiggle the fingers and do maybe a couple of wrist circles. So our Anahata Chakra Mudra, what we're going to do is take the ring finger on the right hand and put it between the webbing of the index finger and the middle finger. And then you're going to do the same thing with the left ring finger. So the left ring finger is going to go between the webbing of the ring finger, of the index finger and the middle finger. Okay, so far it looks something like this. Then from there, you're going to take your 2 middle fingers and press them over those ring fingers and then curl them under. So then you start to have kind of a heart shape in the fingers. Then the index fingers, the ring fingers, and the thumbs all connect, and we're creating this heart shape. Okay, so this is our Anahata Chakra Mudra. Again, this may be difficult for some folks, for some people to do because of the sort of unnatural way that we need to move that ring finger. So if this isn't working for you, if this feels uncomfortable, take the fingers apart, give them a little wiggle. You're going to make a heart shape with your thumbs pointing down and the other fingers touching the sort of fingernails. And then just take the index fingers and create a little steeple. So this is a modified Anahata Chakra Mudra. And you can use either variation, whichever one feels most appropriate for you. We're going to go ahead and begin by placing this shape right in front of the center of the chest. And then the elbows can be heavy, or if you want, you can lift the elbows a little bit. We're going to lift up through the heart. So just feel the thumbs gently press into the breastbone and lift the heart. So the rib cage starts to float off of the pelvis, and then let your spine get a little longer up through the crown of the head. Now from here, we'll find that sense of grounding. So wherever you're seated, whether it's on the mat or in the floor, or you're working in a chair, just go ahead and take a moment to establish your roots and to feel the sit bones, the legs, and the feet rooting down. And as you're breathing, really let your awareness come into that full breath. So let the inhale build from the low belly all the way up to the chest. And let the exhale empty from the chest all the way down to the low belly. And let yourself take a few rounds of that big 3-part breath. Inhaling from bottom to top. And exhaling from top to bottom. So for today's practice, we're working again with this Anahata Chakra, or the heart center, the energy center of the heart. And we can consider the qualities of the heart. Those qualities of love, support, compassion, empathy, and gratitude. So for our practice today, we're going to be working to open the energy center of the heart so that we can have a free-flowing life force in, around, and through, and sort of unlock any blockages around those heart qualities. So let yourself take a moment in your mind to visualize one thing in your life that you love. Take a moment to visualize something in your life from which you receive support. Take a moment to visualize something in your life for which you have compassion. And take a moment to visualize something in your life for which you are grateful. And then take a deep exhale through the nose. And as you release that breath, relax the hands down into your lap. And feel free to rest the hands with the palms facing up if you feel like you need to receive some energy today. And if you feel like you need to ground your energy, let your palms rest facing down. On your inhale, find your spine getting nice and long through the crown of the head. And as you exhale, gently drop the head forward so that the chin is moving toward the chest, any amount. And feel a gentle stretch in the back of the neck. Then on your next inhale, let the head come back to center, long through the neck. And as you exhale, drop your right ear toward your right shoulder. Let the left side of the neck be relaxed as the right ear is heavy toward the right side. Then on an inhale, come back to center. And as you exhale, drop the left ear toward the left shoulder. Let yourself have a moment to breathe and feel the stretch. And then let an inhale bring you back to center. Now from here, just take a moment to relax the jaw. Guiding the awareness to the hands. So we're going to take the hands and just lace the fingers together behind the lower back. And I want you to feel like your elbows are going to be nice and soft. We're just going to roll the shoulders up and back so you feel the chest open. And then take that closed fist and bring it to the right side of the rib cage. And then as you inhale, get nice and tall through the neck. And as you exhale, drop your right shoulder or drop your right ear toward your right shoulder again. So you may feel a little deeper opening in the in the left side of the neck and the left shoulder here. And if it's too much, you can always release the clasp of the hand and just let your left hand get really heavy. So you decide what feels best for you. Let yourself take another breath or two and then drop the chin toward the collarbone on the right side. So just another different variation of how we can open this shoulder and neck. And whenever you feel ready, come back to center with the head and bring the hands to center. And then we're going to go the other way. So that little clasp of the hands is going to come to the left side of the rib cage. Shoulders roll back. And that left ear drops toward the left shoulder. So again, if this works for you, you can stay here for several breaths. If you need a little bit more ease, you can always just let that right arm be really heavy to the right. So you decide what feels best for you today. Take a couple more breaths and then let that chin drop toward the left collarbone. So again, just finding a deeper stretch in the neck and throat space. Then when you feel ready, bring the head back to center, bring the arms back to center, and let the hands come back to rest in your lap. From here, we're going to move these shoulders around a little bit. So really working to open up this heart space across the energy center of the chest. As you inhale, gently shrug the shoulders toward the ears. And on your exhale, let it come out through the mouth as you relax the shoulders. And let's do that a couple times. Inhale, finding that gentle shrug. Exhale, releasing the shoulders. This time on your shrug, squeeze the shoulders forward a little bit so the back rounds. And then as you exhale, just relax everything back to neutral. And then inhale to shrug again and squeeze the shoulders back behind you. And then exhale to let that go. Now just let yourself find some slow, easy circles. Just wiggling the shoulders around 2 or 3 times in each direction. And let the shoulders relax. Now we're going to take the arms wide. So bring your arms wide like a T. And then on your exhale, you're going to cross the arms out in front of you. So the right arm goes under the left arm. Then we're going to inhale back to this nice wide open heart space. And then exhale, cross the arms again, this time left under right. And we're going to do this a couple times. Inhale, So you're just switching which arm lands on top. Exhale. I'll do this a couple more times. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. So let yourself land with the right arm under the left. And we want to try to nest the elbows. So that left elbow is sort of nesting into the right. Keep the heart lifted so you're sitting nice and tall, and just start to bend the elbows. So you might find that this is enough for you with the forearms in kind of a V shape and the fingers spreading. We're stretching the space between the shoulder blades here. So if this is easy for you, maybe you start to bring those forearms a little closer together, and you can hook your right index finger on your left thumb. So this might be a nice shape for you to stay in. If you still want more, you're going to turn the palms so the backs of the hands are toward one another, and press the backs of the hands together. So that'll be a bigger stretch. And then our final option is to actually take that right hand and wrap it around the wrist, and then fold the fingers of the top hand down. Okay, so it can be anything from this to this to this, or this. You decide what feels right in your shoulders. Once you've established the shape that's right for you, we're going to inhale and just let the elbows lift any amount. And then as we exhale, we're going to draw the elbows down. We're going to do this a few times, inhaling to lift and exhaling to release. So the benefit of this is opening the space between the shoulder blades. And energetically, the space between the shoulder blades is the back of the heart chakra. This is the space in the body from which we receive all of those heart qualities. Some of us are very, very good at giving love and support and compassion and gratitude, but we're not so good at receiving it. So this helps to open up the space in the body that allows us to open to receive love, support, empathy, compassion, and gratitude. So from here, go ahead and draw those elbows down, and then maybe start to bring the hands forward a little bit, and then bring them back. So if you've got the full bind, it'll look something like this. If you're hand to hand, it'll be more like this. If you're wide, it's just going to be something like this. So you decide which variation feels right for you. Now, when we feel ready, we're going to just straighten the arms, and notice right elbow is under left. So in just a moment, we're going to do the opposite of that. So we're going to take a big inhale as we reach the arms wide again, and then exhale, cross right over left. Inhale, back out, lift the heart, fly those wings. Exhale, left over right. Inhale, nice and wide. Exhale, right over left, and we're going to hang out here now. So the right arm is on top this time. We're going to find those nesting elbows. So again, maybe you're somewhere like this in this V shape. Maybe the tops of the hands are moving toward one another. Maybe you're doing this little bind, or maybe you're crossing at the wrist. So once again, finding the shape that feels right for you, and remember, one side may be very different than the other. As you inhale, gently lift the elbows. And as you exhale, slowly guide the elbows down. Feel that space between the shoulder blades opening. Feel some of the tension leaving those rhomboids, those muscles that hold the shoulder blades back. Let yourself begin to open energetically to receive those heart qualities. And then let the elbows draw down. Maybe you start to straighten the arms out in front of you a little bit. And keeping the elbows nested, just finding whatever range of motion feels appropriate for you. One more time here. Making your way back to center. We'll unwind those arms. Big inhale as you lift the heart. And then let's find our mudra once again. So you have those two options. You can simply take the heart shape and extend the index fingers. Or you can take the ring fingers, nest them into the webbing between index and middle finger, and then create that heart shape with the middle fingers. Quite a bit more difficult to do. Either one is an option. So once again, feel your thumbs gently pressing into the heart and lift the heart. Let the elbows come wide from here. Take a big breath, and then as you exhale, turn the body to the left from the rib cage. Feel this energetic twist happening through the flexibility and strength of the core. Then inhale back to center, keep that heart lifted, turn your body to the right. And come back to center, inhale. This time on your exhale, release the hands. So the right hand's gonna come to the left knee, the left hand's gonna come behind you. And you're just gonna turn your body any amount. Let your inhale come back to center. Take those arms wide as you lift the heart. Exhale to find your mudra. Good. Inhale again. Lift the heart with those thumbs. Exhale, turn to the right. Release the left hand down to the right knee, the right hand to the floor. Gently turning the body to the right, any amount. Gradually make your way back to center. Unwinding the body, bringing the arms to neutral. From here, we're going to go ahead and do a little bit of work with the legs. So if you're seated, you can certainly continue seated. If you're working on a mat or on the floor, I'll encourage you to go ahead and recline at this time. And you can recline partially or fully, depending on what works best for you. So as we're lying here, we're going to stretch the legs out and reach the arms back behind us. Taking a big breath as we reach heels and fingers in two opposite directions. Then we're going to bring the right knee into the chest. And we're going to take that right leg up in the air. I want you to find your little mudra. So find your heart and your steeple behind that thigh. Start to pull the leg in any amount. And we're just going to bend and extend that leg. So as you inhale, we're bending a little bit. As you exhale, you're extending it. Let yourself take 2 or 3 of these. So as you straighten the leg, really feel the quadriceps are helping to create flexibility in the hamstrings. Now on the next extension, draw the toes back toward you. Take a big breath. And then as you exhale, bring the hands to the shin and hug the knee into the body. So you might go right towards center, or you might take that knee out to the right if you want more of a hip stretch here. And then just relax the head and shoulders. Take a moment to move that right foot around, finding some circles, wiggling the toes, maybe pointing and flexing at the ankle. And then when you feel ready, release the right leg. And stretch the arms up over the head. Take another big stretch. Feel that full body extension here. And then on an exhale, we're going to bring the left knee in. Again, we're going to find our mudra and just put it right behind that thigh. Bend the knee to about 90 degrees on the inhale, and then as we exhale, we press the heel up toward the sky. Let's do this a few times. So if you remember from our chakra series, the legs and feet are an extension of the root. And we've got our little heart mudra here, our Anahata Chakra Mudra. So it's like we're infusing our roots with love. So thinking about your roots, who you are, where you came from, what brought you to where you are today. Whether it's all been good or not so good or hard or easy, whatever has been there that's brought you to the space of who you are now, can we infuse that with love and acceptance? Now go ahead and straighten that leg. Take a big breath. And then as you exhale, let the hands come to the shin and hug that knee in. Once again, take a moment to wiggle that ankle around, wiggle the toes. Point and flex the foot. And then release the leg. Take a big inhale as you reach through those arms. As you exhale, let your knees bend and bring your feet to the width of your mat. If you're seated in the chair, you're bringing your feet slightly wider than the legs of your chair. We're going to find our little mudra once again. And just let the mudra be placed right at the center of the chest. Now, as you drop the legs over to the left, feel the heart stay centered and steady. Gently turn your head to the right. Feel the right side of your body breathing. This big extension through the right side of the body. And then take this little heart mudra and place it on the left temple. So as we breathe into the right side of the right side of the body is the sun side. This is the side of the body that is constantly doing and working and producing and analyzing and in its logical action. It's connected to the left side of the brain. So as we rest here with the breath and we feel this heart mudra resting on the left temple, we're breathing into the right side of the body. Just imagine you're infusing the left side of the brain, the hard-working side, sympathetic nervous system side, the right side of the body, the hard-working side, infusing with love, with support, with compassion, and with gratitude. Let yourself take 2 more breaths. Now, when you feel ready, bring the knees back to center, the head back to center, the heart mudra back to the center of the chest. Take another big inhale. Now, as you exhale, let the legs drop over to the right. Turn the head to the left. Feel the heart space centered. Feel the breath moving. Now bring your heart-shaped mudra to rest on your right temple. The right side of the brain, this is our moon side, our creative, maternal, nurturing side, controls the left side of the body. The left side of the body, the more passive side for most of us. So let yourself imagine here that you're infusing the right side of the brain and the left side of the body with love, with support, with compassion, with empathy. And this is the side of the brain that controls our nurturing. This is the side of the brain from which we give love, support, compassion, and empathy. So let yourself now receive and infuse this side of the brain, this side of the body, as if you're refilling your cup. And then when you feel ready, let the legs come back to center, let the head come back to center, bring the mudra back to the center of your heart. Let the knees rest together. And just let yourself take a moment here to feel the chest rise and fall with each breath. From here, we'll take a moment to adjust the body to get comfortable for progressive relaxation. So you might like to lie down with a pillow behind your head, a pillow behind your knees. You might prefer to sit with the legs elevated in a reclined position. Or maybe you'd like to sit upright for this final meditation today. Whatever feels most appropriate for you, go ahead and take a moment to get comfortable. And as you make your way to that comfortable position, let your awareness come to the breath and begin to feel the letting go quality of the exhale. Let the gaze soften and close the eyes. And feel that with each breath, your awareness moves more and more inward. Now begin to scan the body and notice in your body where you're tending to hold tension. Very often it's in the shoulders and the neck. The jaw is also a space that we tend to clench and hold unnecessarily. So as you're breathing, feel that release and let that release of the breath expand to also release tension in the physical body. Now our Anahata Chakra, the heart center, is represented by the color green. So we're going to use the color green to infuse the body with relaxation, with love, with support, with compassion, and gratitude. So let yourself picture in your mind the most beautiful color of green that you've ever seen. Begin to imagine that there's a beautiful ball of that green light resting at your heart center. And with each breath in, that ball of light gets stronger and brighter and more vibrant. And on your next exhale, imagine that you're sending that green light down into your feet. And as we infuse the feet with this love light of the heart, let the toes relax and soften the arches of the feet and the heels and the ankles. And take another big breath. And as you exhale, expand that green light down into the legs, relaxing the lower legs, the joints of the knees, the upper legs, and the joints of the hips. And keep the breath moving. Continuing to see that beautiful green light, strong and bright at the heart, in the feet, in the legs. And on your next exhale, expand that green light into the hands. Taking a moment to relax the fingers, the palms of the hands, and the wrists. Lighting up those hands with love, support, compassion, and empathy. Expand that green light down into the arms, relaxing the forearms, the elbows, the upper arms, and the shoulders. See that green light at the heart center grow strong and bright with your next inhale. And as you exhale, expand that light down into the bowl of the pelvis. Finding a softness in the muscles of the buttocks and lower belly. Expanding that ease into the organs of the pelvis and the organs of the abdominals. Imagine that the rib cage and the lungs are infused with this healing love light. And visualize the spine from the tailbone slowly lighting up vertebrae by vertebrae all the way up into the base of the skull. And let that green light expand out into the back body, relaxing the lower back, the middle back, the upper back, allowing the head to comfortably rest and be held. The shoulder blades dripping onto the back. And see that green light lighting up the chest, the collarbones. And on your next exhale, send it into the anatomical heart, slightly to the left in the chest. Inviting that sense of ease into the heart organ. Love, compassion, and gratitude. And as you expand that light into the throat, allow the throat to soften, the neck to be at ease. And send that light into the face, softening all the features of your face. See the features of your face lighting up with love. Invite that light into the sense organs. And let it infuse the brain as you imagine the brain resting heavy in the back of the skull. See your whole body lighting up with the green light of the Anahata Chakra, the heart center, infusing the physical, mental, and emotional bodies with love, with support, with compassion, and gratitude. Let yourself take a few more moments to linger in that light, to linger in that love and that sense of ease. And then you can take a moment to either visualize that heart mudra, or if you feel like you're ready to move a little bit, start to wiggle the hands and find that shape again. And you can go with either option again. And in your mind's eye, shining this green light from every inch of your being, take another moment to visualize something in your life that you love, and send that green light out to that thing, person, place, thing, idea. And then to that thing for which you feel compassion, sending out that green light out to that thing from which you receive support. And finally, gratitude. And then whenever you're ready, take your two magical hands, press them into the heart center, one on top of the other. Take a moment to feel love for yourself, compassion for yourself, and gratitude for you. Thank you so much for being here with me today and allowing me to guide you through this practice. The light of love, compassion, support, empathy, and gratitude sees and honors that same light in each of you. Namaste.